I'm Officer Jeremy Nelson with the Papillion Police Department. I've been there about 17 years. We're out here today at the I-29 Speedway working on emergency vehicle operations training. So emergency vehicle operations is focusing on driving skills, especially as it pertains to more high performance driving. When we're out here at the track, we're pushing our vehicles to their performance limits, familiarizing ourselves with the handling characteristics, the braking ability, acceleration and so on, and that is so that we can operate our vehicles safely and efficiently as we're responding to emergency calls as well as engaging in pursuits. So this training is important, so it maintains our skill level. So when you go through the academy, you go through emergency vehicle operations training, and then there's courses you have to perform in a certain period of time. They're a mix of more like slow speed precision driving, and then there's also high speed and pursuit driving. And there's certain performance standards you have to meet in order to graduate the academy. And this is a way we can keep our skills up, in particular with driving and especially responding to emergencies and operating around traffic and engaging in pursuits. It's one of our highest liability things we do. And it's a way to help mitigate that and keep ourselves safe, keep the public safe, and ultimately as well as suspects too. We want to make sure we don't hurt anybody with our vehicles, and one of the best way we can do that is familiarize ourselves with how well they handle and how fast we can drive it safely in any given situation. We do training out at the track. Last time we did it was in 2021, which was 3 years. We try to shoot for every other year doing the track driving, just because it is harder on the vehicles and causes some wear and tear on them. So we try to make it so that we don't tear things up, but we also want the training to be meaningful and valuable. And then on our off years, we take that year to focus more on slow speed precision driving, gaining spatial awareness with the vehicle, parallel parking, and that type of things. More tighter maneuvering and working on backing, because that's where the majority of our accidents happen, is when cruisers are being backed or being driven around a parking lot, or it's higher speed accidents do happen, but it's rare. But that's why we focus on this as well. So we try to get a good balance. At some point, the pursuit ends, right? So when the pursuit ends, we want to make sure that our skills are brushed up on how to do that safely, how to manage that situation by working through a high risk or felony vehicle stop, where we minimize the risk to ourselves and then keep ourselves safe, the public safe, and ultimately, hopefully, the suspect safe as well. And then we also work on, right now they're working on tire deflation devices or stop sticks, and that is one of our pursuit intervention techniques. It's a way that we're able to take a vehicle that is moving and at the very least slow it down, hopefully stop it. And then that gets integrated into our training as well. And then everything culminates in a final scenario where officers are pursuing a suspect. There is a stop stick deployment. The vehicle comes to a stop, and then they move into a high-risk vehicle stop. It's required by state law that we review our pursuit policy annually, and that is done by each individual officer, and then they have to pass a written exam as it pertains to that. This training is ultimately valuable to us as well as the general public. It's not just to come out here and have fun. That's kind of a byproduct of it, but it is important for us to maintain our skills, because we don't want to either get into a wreck or cause a wreck or drive outside of our skill set on the way to an emergency, because we don't want to create additional scenes that pull resources away from what it is we're trying to get to.